Radio for Synergy Talks, health, fitness, and well-being advice. Your questions answered, and of course, we just get to have a general chinwag of what's going on, what the trends are here in Pembrokeshire for people getting fit, people getting healthy, eating good, and all that kind of jazz. Mr. Williams, how you doing, buddy?
I'm really good. On top of the world. Had a busy, productive morning. Feeling good. How about yourself?
I'm gravy, thanks, mate. Yeah, really good. Just the usual, you know. Yeah, kids not sleeping, and yeah, just all the usual, mate. Nothing out of the norm.
Nothing worthy of news at this point.
No, not really, mate. No. So, I mean, at the moment, really interesting period, I find. We've had like a couple of bank holidays. We've got the Jubilee weekend coming up. There seems to be like a lot of inset days. I'm overhearing mums in the morning just like, oh my God, I'm going back to bed. I think across the board, everyone seems to be getting quite ill. There seems to be a lot of illness going around. A lot of people sort of feeling quite fatigued because they're getting back to sort of like the new normal after lockdown. It just seems quite a really strange period for quite a lot of people at the moment. Is that fair to say?
I would agree, mate. I couldn't say any better myself. I mean, I've got 2 family members right now who have got this bug that's going around. I'm hearing people all the time saying they're tired, you know, they're fatigued, they're kind of rushing about, they're off their feet. In the same breath, I do have people who are really excelling and performing right now at the same time. But it is here, there, and everywhere. You know, it's that period of time in the year where people almost ignite, and it's that fight or flight period, and they either go for it, that, you know, they're in that position and they're buzzing, that, you know, they're in progress of getting towards their goals, or they're going, you know what, I'm done for the minute. It's a really stressful time of year. It's kind of coming up to summer. You're coming up to your holidays again. People in and out. Everyone's busy. So it's a real mixed bag. It's kind of a person by person response, and that's interesting when you're speaking with lots of different people per day.
Yeah, I mean that's it really. I mean, you beat me to it, because I'm also seeing lots of people, especially on social media. You know, you like to rub it in when you're on holiday. Why not? You know, beautiful sunsets, nice cocktails. Why not share it with your friends and family and everyone else? But yeah, a lot of people seem to be going on holidays. Lots of people also seem to be like really positive. Lots of events happening. Lots of people doing charity challenges. So it does sort of seem a tale of two halves really at the moment.
Yeah, it is that. And it's just looking at kind of where we can utilize both the negatives and the positives, and in the conversations that we have each day. It's like I'm finding, if I speak to 3 people in the morning and they're all, oh, I'm down, or I'm tired, or I'm ill, that could really affect my mindset for the day. And I'm having to kind of step back and go, right, don't let what they portray and put on you affect myself. And then other people, if I'm seeing people who are really buzzing in the morning, then I feed off that, and I'm like, right, how many more people? I know it's going to sound silly, I've said it before. Sometimes I'll walk down the street and I'll say to myself, how many people can I make smile or speak to me, acknowledge me in the street in the next 20 minutes? And I just kind of like play this little game where I'm going, right, I'm just going to make people smile. And so it's really who you see and who you interact with makes a massive difference on your mindset and how your day progresses. And that could be the difference between, if you're on a nutritional plan, sticking on it. If you're thinking about going to the gym, making that effort and getting over the bridge to get into that gym. Or the other way, if you're thinking, well, you know what, they're having a bad day, I'm jumping on that bandwagon, I'm having a bad day. You know, it's really how you can see things, and what you do in that present moment will really affect which way you go and what person you are today.
I think some great advice there, in the sense of just putting some positivity into your day, putting some positivity into other people's day, just by giving them a smile, giving them a little beep. I mean, and we know everyone in Pembrokeshire, you know, you're never 2 seconds or 2 calls away from someone that you know, or just sharing some of that positive energy and vibe. It really goes a long way.
It does. It definitely does. You know, it's we are, again, like you said, a very close knit community, and what you do today can kind of echo throughout the county imminently. So, you know, and even if there's those people, I get phone calls from people who just call me up with my tagline and hang down the phone. Like, they're having a laugh, but they'll literally call me up and go, "Yes, go people," and hang up the phone on me. So that, you know, they're taking the mick, and that's brilliant. But you know what? They're having a laugh, and I'm just like, positivity feeds positivity. I don't care getting those phone calls. It's the phone calls when they don't say anything down the phone or they'll be horrible. They're the ones that annoy me a bit more. But you know, it's really it's a tale of two halves with it, and you know, it's really important to be able to try and be your best you on a regular basis, and kind of remember that, you know, there's so much stuff going on in the world right now that if we take everything for granted, if we literally just, you know, get sidetracked with everything negative that's going on in the world, then we've got to really think, what are we doing with ourselves, and are we giving ourselves the best opportunity at a good day, a good week, and a good life? You know, there's all these negativities that are online. I spoke about it the other day with people having to drop out of their counselor jobs and everything like that because of all this naysaying and all these rumors that go around, you know, whether they're right or whether they're wrong. You know, these platforms at a point in time right now, they are used the wrong way, and there's too much negativity out there, and we need to flip that upside down, and we need to use it what it was intended for.
Yeah, I completely agree. And it's very easy, I think, to get sucked into a situation, a scenario. Perfect example, probably what happened to me this morning, actually. I couldn't believe one of my bills had more than doubled without any notification. Really annoyed at it, but it was nobody else's fault other than that company.
Yeah.
You know, and I take a step back, and, you know, the poor guy on the phone, I sort of had to say, look, I know it's not your fault.
Yeah.
It's the company, the business you're working for. But he's like, I understand. I get it. And I was like, so I'm sorry for being angry. So I've taken it out on you, but you've got to pass that on to your manager because we need to get a resolution, which we did. It took 55 minutes, but we got there. So, you know, I think what I'm getting at, it's easy to take something out on someone, your nearest and dearest, the closest around you. And really, maybe it's not them directly that you should be affecting because it's not their fault.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, well, that's it. We get blinkered, don't we? We get that tunnel vision, and what happened to us a minute ago can affect us for the next 5 hours, 5 days, 5 weeks. And that's the saying that we use, you know. If you're anxious or you're annoyed or you're worried about something now that may not affect you in 5 days, 5 weeks, 5 months, or 5 years, then why spend more than 5 seconds being annoyed about it? You've got to flip that switch. You've got to get back into your present moment, and you've got to think, by being this way, by feeling all this annoyance and pressure within myself, I'm not enjoying myself, or I'm not being good, or I'm not being a good advocate to anybody else, my family, my children, or anyone else. So it's kind of checking ourselves really on a regular basis. And it's one of the steps that we do in the transformations and everything, is be present in the moment, and, you know, think about some things that you're grateful for. You know, and it could be anything. You can see this, you know, the birds in the trees, or the clouds in the sky, whatever it might be. Just get yourself back into reality, and let's not sweat the small stuff as much, because the small stuff over and over, they build up to a big problem in the end, and we don't want that.
I think it was my my dad actually said to me many years ago. He said, you know, we put our car in for an MOT every 12 months to see what's wrong with it, but we don't put ourselves in for an MOT, you know. And I mean, it got me thinking. I thought, well, it's your body sometimes telling you when something's wrong, so then you automatically go in for a service. But maybe sometimes you should just take stock, just step back a little bit and go, do you know what can I do to better myself? What can I do to make other people's lives better around me? And that could just be such a small thing that has such a positive impact on other people and yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I challenge any of you out there right now, as silly as we might sound, or you might think it sounds, go and try and make somebody smile, or like go and try and make somebody, you know, engage in a positive conversation with you know, in the next 5 minutes of walking down the street, or, you know, call somebody up on the phone. Go and do it and tell us how you felt after that. I can guarantee you're going to feel, you know, 10 times more positive and have a better outcome for the total day by doing something like that. Go and try it. Call us silly, but I bet you'll get some positive out of it.
Yeah, no, I love that. I saw a post from one of the team the other day. Just randomly ring someone you haven't spoken to in like the last couple of weeks. Just randomly ring them and just say, hi, how you doing? You know, make their day. Yeah. Do it. So hopefully you could take some of that away from you today, and do something positive. Let's provide some positive energy. Carl, really looking forward to catching up next week, because we're going to be talking about a summer camp we've got lined up, which I'm super stoked about. I cannot wait. This is going to be so much fun, and you could get involved. Also, don't forget, get in touch with Carl with your questions, please, at Coach Synergy. You can also put in the comment section on our socials as well. Always a pleasure, my man. Thank you ever so much for joining us on the show today.
You too, mate. Nice to see you. See you all next week.